Hello, I'm Kate Stichina on InstaForex TV with the fresh Forex news. All fundamental factors started to have more favorable nature for the US dollar last week. The unexpected changes in the monetary policy of China, the disappointment connected with Greece, and hints for the increase of the interest rates in the USA will provide even more long-lasting growth of the American currency than the most optimistic market participants expected. The unwillingness to risk again make itself known, and the dollar is again used as asylum currency. The European Union definitely made provision for this. The leaders of the EU have just promised to come to the rescue of Greece if it is necessary, rather than to present the detailed rescue plan of this country from the debt problems, as the market participants thought. Probably it removed from the common state of affairs the fears that Greece in the nearest future would announce about the default, but such position of the EU also means that the country is left alone to its problems. The remaining situation is still threatened with the similar reduction of creditworthiness of other Eurozone countries with debt problems and undermining of confidence to a great number of the European banks, which were their creditors. The optimists will follow the meeting of Eurozone ministers of finance, which will take place at the beginning of the week, in the hope that according to its results, more specific details will be announced. However, they probably will be very disappointed, as it happened before. The loss which the euro cost for the EU is significant as the other one, which China done, having announced about the unexpected advance of requirements to the bank reserves. Such step will limit the crediting and exert the braking influence on the country's economy. The requirements were raised when the expectations of the market participants concerning the tightening of the Chinese policy weakened. This became possible due to data testifying about less high inflation in the country than it was expected. Now the fears concerning the rates of world economic recovery probably will negatively influence the world fund markets and even greater play into the hands of the dollar to the prejudice of the common European currency. In addition to all these factors, the base change of difference in the profitability also take place. The hopes for the upturn of the interest rates in the USA increase, whereas the expectations of the similar step in the Eurozone weaken. Ben Bernanke, the chairman of the Federal Reserve System, provoked this change, having admitted last week that the advance of the discount rate is the first step in the leveling process of the ultra-soft monetary policy, which the central bank used because of the credit crisis. Meanwhile, the events of last week have just weakened the expectations of rates raise in the Eurozone. The evident barrier for the tightening of the monetary policy is Greece. With that, the data on the economic growth in other Eurozone countries now testify that the recovery loses the strength. It became known on Friday that the growth of the GDP in the previous fourth quarter was just 0.1%. The fact that the difference in profitability between 10 years German and American bonds again increased to the maximal level for 2.5 years in favor of the US currency does not set wondering. The support for the euro in such conditions will continue to weaken. It was Forex News provided to you by InstaForex News team. Goodbye.